evening, everybody. Awesome to be with you tonight. Hi to you here for the team that is joining us here on Click Meeting. And hi also to our friends that I see we have joining us over in the YouTube live stream as well. So great to see all of you tonight. Listen, if you are, excuse me, if you are a guest tonight, my name is Ken Woods and I'm coming to you from South Florida. And we're excited that you're here tonight to check out this business. Some of the people that you will see in the chat, feel free to say hi, are people who may be fellow guests or maybe business owners that are here like you, checking this out and being part of the team and supporting the community, because part of what makes this business so cool is that we have a very vibrant team, a very great organization of fellow business owners. Tonight, we are super fortunate to have a gentleman who is going to be our guest presenter tonight. We do this meeting every Thursday night, and this gentleman's name is Emanuel Landa, and he is coming to us from the Chicago area. He is married. He's got three beautiful girls. He is an entrepreneur. Has a traditional business. Maybe he'll tell us a little bit about it. He also is a coach for high school soccer. Right now, I think he told me he's coaching girls soccer. And he is also an entrepreneur in this business. And he's going to talk to us a little bit about what's going on in today's economy, what he and his wife found in this business to be great, and why he thinks something like this could be something here for you. And with that, Emanuel, we'll put you on camera here and let's see if we can get everything going. All right.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We got you loud and clear.
Perfect. Thank you. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome. First of all, my name is Emanuel Landa. Thank you, Ken, for this invitation. It's a pleasure for me to help the team.
Love it. Love that you're here.
And it's been an honor. Once I talked to my upline, Anarita, and she told me about it, that get in contact and be part of this, I was flattered. I was flattered because talking to this audience, it's great. It's great experience. It's great for me, and I want to thank you for that.
Yeah, well, thanks for accepting the invitation to come share. We're talking about living on your own terms. It's kind of the theme as to why somebody would, in our opinion, be interested in getting into a business for themselves. And we were just chatting about this, right? You were saying that you've owned a traditional business in addition to doing this with your wife. You've been doing it for many, many years, and that part of what's important to you is the ability to live on your terms. Why do you think that is so important to people right now?
Well, I'm going to talk a little bit about my experience. I come from a background where we didn't have enough cash, sometimes for food. And somehow my mother managed to give us the food. And she's the one that actually I'll always look up to, because she shows the hard work. And when you put the hard work into it, you will get the results. By that being said, I hated to have a boss. Having a boss for me was just like, I can't stand it until we find this business. And we know that it was something that it was going to take us to the next level. And that's one of the things that I told my kids. You have to do an upgrade. If we can do an upgrade on our phones, or we can buy a new one, then it's up to us for them to be an upgrade. And what I love about living on your own terms means doing the things I love, doing the things that I that I can and that I'm willing to work for. I know there's people out there that have families. They want to go to their, I don't know, maybe their soccer games, right, of their children, but they can because they're working for somebody. Or they can because they're doing something else or hustling or working in a different place, having a part-time job just to go through the day of the week of the month. And this opportunity give us that with my wife. She haven't worked for, we've been married for 24 years and we've been doing this business for that amount of time. And she haven't worked. She's been taking care of our kids. And the beautiful thing about it is that we can take them to school, pick them up from school and go to their games and go to their things that they have to do. Whatever they need, mom and dad are there. And that's one of the things I love about this business.
That's great. That's great. And and I agree with you. People are looking for that flexibility. They're looking for the ability to have kind of what the slide is that you put up here just now, that independence. They're looking for um, that flexibility. And I think that's really something that's important to people, even when they're considering adding something to their agenda. Because let's face it, if you're going to do something more, if you're going to start another business, you're going to do something, that you're going to have to add more. And so you're asking yourself, is it worth it, right? Are you going to have the flexibility? Are you going to have that capability? And so, yeah, talk to us a little bit about some of that.
Well, like myself, that I have a business on my own. When I started that business, I thought it was going to be, I'm the boss now. I can do whatever I want, whenever I want it, at the time I want it. But then something hit me, reality hit me, and it's like, nope, you have to put work into it. You have to put your skin into it, learn from the business. Because I thought it was going to be the same as doing this business, and I tried to run it the same way, but it's different. It's a different game once you have your own business, because you have to have insurances, pay taxes, different taxes. You have to pay the city, state, you have to pay the county, so many other things, not counting the insurances and all that it comes with a traditional business. It gives you the money, of course, but also you have to do all this extra work besides the physical work that I have to put into it. What I love about this business is the independence. You can do it from home or literally anywhere. I don't have to depend on my boss, or in this case, on my business. And the other thing is, this business has low barrier entry. That being said, is just all the businesses out there, you have to put a lot of money into it in order to succeed. Plus, you have to get the loans and get all that kinds of stuff that I seen as a business owner, a traditional business owner. So, I'm a hustler. I really do. I'm work. I like to work. I had to find ways of making money so my family can have the life that we have. That we can go to trips. We can go. I don't know. Even just watching my girls play, that's the most amazing thing that I can think of. Just because I'm there for them. Sometimes I think too much that they might take it for granted at one point because you're there all the time. But that's what this business have gave us. Um, as we were talking earlier, I've been doing also the ride share. I've been working with one of these companies, and if I don't put the work into it, the time, I don't get money. And I'm sure a lot of people out there, like the people are watching us, are they doing something right now extra just to get the extra cash, or maybe both of them are working in different places, different times, and they only have maybe the weekend to see each other. So that's why I love this business, because it gives us the time that we can work together as family, because my kids know it. They love the products, and we work as a family. Once again, here, this slide, independence equation. That's what it is. That's what I was talking about with my own business. It's
Hmm.
just getting the desire to get more, of course, the extra income, but I have to put my skin into it in order to make it work. If I'm not there, then it's not going to work.
Yep, totally agree. And you know what's interesting about this, and you were talking about this, um,
Correct.
some businesses, they have, when you want to get them going, let's face it, everybody here, everybody we all know is already pretty busy. And so they
Correct.
start thinking about the risk of starting something else. And then they hear stories, right? So you have this vision in your head, like you talked about, that things were going to just kind of fall into place and just work pretty easily. And then all of a
Correct.
sudden you realize, you know what? People don't talk about the hustle that's involved to make something happen. And
Correct.
so especially in most traditional businesses, and even in this business, especially in the beginning, there's a bit of time is money going on. If you don't put in the time, you're not going to make any money. Um,
Exactly.
but
Correct.
but a lot of businesses, it's hard to get out of that model.
It is. It is hard to get that model because, once again, the way it's built is to make profit. I work with this rideshare company, and the main thing for them is profit.
Sure.
So, by that being said, it's just if I leave, they won't mind. I can be the best driver out there, but if I leave, they don't mind because they will have more coming in. What's the hustle of that? And also there will be, taking your background because they check your background. So it's so many other stuff that goes into it, not just to drive. So you have to follow their rules in order to be capable of keep driving. If you don't follow those rules, then they will take your account away. Simple as that. One click and you won't be able to work anymore.
Well, and that's interesting because it brings up this whole idea of many of those other, call them side hustles or side businesses or additional ways that people make income. The algorithm's in control. Um,
Correct.
you know, the uh, the the ranking or the location or the time of day or the ability to make it to the top of the page for the product that you're trying to sell through the search engine or whatever it is.
Correct. And once again, it's in their terms. They'll decide what they're gonna do, and you have to follow those rules in order for you to make some money out of it. Once again, you have to put the heart, you have to put the work into it. And when I'm driving, I'm talking to people about what's going on, and they always say, "Oh, it must be nice to have you to be your own boss." I'm like, I'm not my own boss. They're my boss. If they say I can drive, I can drive. If they said I can't, then I won't be able to drive. There's things that they're great things. I can start whenever I want and drive the days I wanted to. But if I don't do it, then I won't have any cash. And I like, I like the terms. I like that better than going to a place and be there for, I don't know, 7, 8 hours, doing the same movement every day, standing or doing other hard work like construction that I did it before. So I'd rather do this. A lot of people tell me about, oh, you put too many miles on your car. I'm like, I'd rather put miles on my car than in my body.
Right.
So it does get you what you need, but not what.
Yeah, but you
So
know what? At the end of the day, most people that are looking at other ways of making some additional income to whatever it is they're doing, their goal is not to hustle harder, right? That's not their goal. Their goal is
Correct.
they're looking for results. And at the same time that they're doing that, I see it like this, Emmanuel, that I see it that they're also wanting to add that control element.
Correct. And that control, and that's one of the things that we start this business to have that control. I was talking to a lady this morning about doing the ride share, and how I can do things that I wanted to do, and just tell her, if I don't come out, I don't make money. So it goes with having discipline, setting your times, what days I'm gonna be working, what days I'm not gonna be working, and be okay with it. At one point, I was making good money, but it was getting a little bit addictive to it, just because I thought I was gonna lose more money if I don't keep going.
Mm,
So the more I was going, I got to a point where I was driving almost 10 hours a day, and I was
wow.
burning myself out. The money was there, but then I realized my health is not there because I'm driving too much. And
Yeah.
that can cost me, that can cost more because now I'm not there. So I didn't have that control until I learned how to be disciplined, be consistent in the things that I need to do, and moving forward. And that
Absolutely.
was the control that I have over this now. And that's why, doing the business we do with the corporation we're in, it gives us that control. Once again, as I told you before, my wife having worked with, I don't know, 20 plus years. We've been doing this business. She has to stay home. She can take care of the kids. You know, she makes great food. and and that's, the control that we have over our lives. And we live in that, you know, in our terms.
That's great. And I think that, you talked about this before. You were looking for the same thing that Jen and I were looking for, which is, a business that we could do together, where
Correct.
we could, work from anywhere, that was relatively low risk. Um, Everybody starts this business um, on with this on the side. They're already doing something else first, and then they add this to it. And if you work your business to the point where it's giving you enough income to allow somebody to stay home, or to really become life changing, that's the exception. That's not really necessarily the norm. And that's not really, in my opinion, while that might be not hypothetical, an aspirational goal that people are looking
Hmm.
for, that's not really what most people are looking for in the beginning. They're just looking for a little bit extra. They're looking for the ability to to do something that interests them, that they can have more potential with, but something that doesn't own them, right?
Correct. And that's how we started it. I remember when I saw this business, it was a level on this business, the 18%. And if you're new here, 18% might not, you might not understand it right now, but talk to the person who invited you and they will explain it to you. But once you get to that point, it was like $800 at the time. So that was part of our goal. Like, if I can get to that, I'll be able to do this with my wife and my kids, and I'll be able to, like, not to have two jobs at a time.
Yeah.
So it was just like that.
So
Like,
let's talk about this for a second. So we're talking about the Amway business, and the Amway business is a business in the health and wellness arena. Um,
correct.
and I would say this: if somebody has absolutely zero interest in health and wellness, this is not a business for them, because everything, while they may potentially use some of the products in some way, but if they have no interest in this at all, they just wouldn't care. You and I were chatting a little while earlier. You were telling me that you're a runner and that you are thinking about training for a marathon.
Correct. And it's one of my goals right now. It is. And once again, after 2020, I realized that I need to do something with my body. Like, I wanted to be healthier. I'm a sports guy. I've been playing soccer for my whole life. So I love sports. But it got to a point where I had to stop playing the game competitively because my body was telling me it's time to stop. It hurts too much the next day. So knowing these products, it helped me out in order for that to recover faster. So I'm a runner. Now I'm a runner, and I do triathlons also. I
Okay.
just finished one, and I can tell you these products are amazing. These products are amazing because I can recover within hours, taking the right ones at the right time. And even though through the competitions, it was just like I need this, the twist tubes that hydrate you,
Yep.
the extra energy right before I start. So it gives me the boost.
Yep.
And vitamins like calcium and I'll also put the excess multiplier. So I use those through the race and before the race and after the race. So as you said, if we don't take care of ourselves right now, this industry is just going to give us a lot of money. So that was one of the reasons I started doing it also, so I can bring more people into my business,
You know,
knowing them.
something else
Hmm.
I would add to that, and
Yes,
is that the health and wellness industry as a whole is a multi billion dollar industry and growing. People
correct.
people today, consumers today, our customers and our friends are more conscious today than ever before about what they're putting in their body or what they're putting on their body, whether it's a higher quality skincare lotion or better makeup or higher quality supplements or even the stuff that they're using to clean their home. And
Indeed.
and those are all things that we have.
Indeed. And let me tell you, what, okay, I started the business just because of the cleaning products.
That's interesting.
That's interesting, right? I'm a sports guy. I love vitamins and I love that. But I started the business because of those. My mom, when we got to the States, she started working as a housekeeper. So she was cleaning homes. And the product she was using, every time she got home, she had her eyes all red because of the chemicals they were using to clean up those houses.
Interesting.
So when I saw the opportunity, when I saw this opportunity and they talked to me about the product, I was like, I'm in. You don't have to tell me anymore. We we used the product. That was the first thing we did. I'm like, I'm gonna buy it from the person who invited us, test it out, and then I noticed my mother, she didn't have that anymore. And also the house smells better.
Interesting.
There's nowadays there's a few products out there that they sell that if I smell them, it just give me headaches. It gives me headaches because and I, when I talk to my wife about it, it's like those gives me headaches
Wow.
because these products are so good and they work with the environment, so they're gonna do anything to the environment.
Yep.
So
I agree. I agree. So when we help people get started, some of what we talk to people about, right, Manuel, is we say, listen, kind of choose a specialty. This is a
correct.
business where there are over 350 products. They're great products in nutrition, sports nutrition, home care, energy, skincare, etc., and more. Even several other things: air filtration
Air
system,
product.
water filter, all kinds
So
of stuff.
we choose all kinds of stuff. And the beautiful about this business is that talking to one of my associates, he was telling me about how can he do it. I'm like, just listen to people, listen to the story, listen to what they need. And I would go with, again, with the ride share, I talk to people a lot, and then I just hear their story. If they're going to work, if they're going to eat, even though if they're going to the doctor, I just talk to them and listen to them, like what and how can I help them out. Some of them will need products for their house, others for their hair. If I see them that they like sports, then I will go with the sports. So I
Right.
listen to them and I just teach the people that are in my team. Just listen to them too. What would they need in order to do this business? As you said, not everybody will go in for the same reason or for the same product. I go in with home products, but now I'm in love with excess.
Right. With sports nutrition, that Excess is our. If you're a guest tonight, Excess is our um, sports nutrition brand that Amway has, and it is a higher quality energy drink or protein or a variety of other supplements that have more vitamins and supplements inside of them and are a cleaner label, I guess you would say. They're just a healthier alternative to so many other products that are out there. But as a business owner, as opposed to a consumer of the products, as a business owner, we have the ability to have some customers um, that we have the ability to serve because they're looking for high quality products. So talk to us a little bit how you make
Exactly. That's
money.
the beauty about. Pardon me?
I said, yeah, talk
I
to us a
lost
little
you
bit
here.
about how
I
you make
lost you a
money
little.
here in this business.
Well, it's very simple. Once again, it's about listening to people. What do they need? That's the first thing I do myself. That's how I worked. I listen to them when I talking to them. How can I help them out in order to make them a better life for them? Let's say in my business, my traditional business, there's dental offices and doctor's officers. So I go to their office and talk to the girls that they work there, and probably just listen to them if they need a makeup, if they need energy, then I will let them know I have something for you that I can share. And that's how we start. That's how I start with my customers. Once I talk to them about how can I help them out with the product, then I'll see if they want to achieve something else. If they want to achieve more, if they want to earn more money. Most of the time they're going to be complaining that they don't get paid enough money. So that's when I talk to them about this opportunity. And then I will go with like these presentations and the ones we have in Spanish. I will send them the link so they can get into it and they know more about this so they can become an IBO and
It's
part of.
funny. It's funny because, that is another beauty about this business is the Amway Corporation supports anybody from any walk of life. You could speak
Correct.
Spanish, English, Korean, Chinese, French. Um, it doesn't matter who you are, what your background is, because everybody uses stuff.
Correct. And and once again, it's just listening to them. Even though they're from different backgrounds, we all need to brush our teeth. We all need to take a shower. So at the end of the day, they're going to be using one of my products. And if I have it handy, then I can provide it to them, which goes to that building that customers.
And it's something else that's powerful about this is that it's that idea of getting outside of that dollars, that time for money hassle. I wouldn't say totally a hassle, but it's a trap in some ways, right? Where you have, I don't mean to just, not say that a traditional plan of trading time for money is not valuable. It is valuable,
It
but
is
there
valuable.
is something powerful that a business owner is able to take advantage of if they're able to have a model where they can get outside of just trading their time for money. And Amway's compensation plan allows us to do that. That's this idea here of recurring customers or building a team or something like that.
Something like that. And then also it's just like the training you get with the people that it's helping you out. That's the beauty of it. I think that that would be like the main thing that we don't have out there. When I start my own business, I didn't have anyone to tell me what to do or how to do it.
Because
So
because they would never want to. You'd be a competitor.
correct. So at the end of the day, I end up paying a lot of money for a few mistakes that I made.
Hmm.
Did I learn? Of course. So now every time they ask me, when they ask me to go to a meeting to of an Amway meeting, and let's say they say it's going to be 175, I'm like, I don't even think about it, because that's nothing comparable what I have to pay for my errors that I made with my business.
That's
I paid
interesting.
thousands of dollars just because I didn't know and I was naive,
That's
and
interesting.
there was no one to
You
help me
know,
out.
it's interesting what you're talking about here is, to start a business, it's $76. That's how much it costs to start an Amway business. And there's lots of training available, free, and some training that would cost some money. And part of what Emmanuel was talking about is there are opportunities sometimes through online training or in-person business conventions, um, where it's optional, but it's available for you to go and hear from people that have built this business and are successful at it, and can teach you some of what they know. So it is interesting that you bring that up, though, because I would say that the training and education that you get when you access this business is very powerful. And whether it's the free or the optional paid, whatever, there's something that happens when you change your mentality about building yourself.
Correct. And and once again, it's that mentorship that we have here that we don't have out there anywhere. It is so hard to have a mentor out there that's going to help you to grow. And I can see it, like, even my kid went to college, she graduated, but then she didn't have a mentor. She had teachers, but not a mentor. And she graduated, and she was looking for job, and she's even working in a different branch than when she graduates. But also the skills they give you going to college, it's great. But once again, it's just like we have what we have here as a community. There's no other, there's nothing like that comparing around the world. It's just like this community help you out to win-win, because that's the main thing of this business. If I win, you win, and then if I help my teammates to win, then I win. And that's the beauty of it,
Yep,
that
totally
we
agree.
have mentorship with, like, in this case from you. You help us out a lot with a few words that you have told us in a few conventions. So it, that mentorship help us not only in my business, on my Amway business, but it also helps me in my other businesses, because I can use that. If you're working and if you are out there, please listen to that person who invited you, because the only thing he wants from you is to succeed.
Totally
That's the
agree.
only, um, and that's why we love doing this business, this opportunity to have that control. And having that control means you have to listen to those people who know already. And that's the way I see it.
Yeah, and we would say that if you're here, you obviously have a desire for more, right? Or you wouldn't be here. Somebody would have invited you and you wouldn't have wanted to do it. And
Exactly.
what's fun about this business, if you're looking at that independence equation, is here there is opportunity for extra income, no matter what you're looking for.
Not at all. And once again, when we started, we were looking for, as before, as I said, I was looking for that $700 a month, that extra income. That would put me ahead of my debts, ahead of, just to pay the rent, pay the bills. It would put me into that level where I can have extra money.
Yep.
And what I see is, of course, you have to work on this business. You have to work.
Yep.
Before I didn't understand that. And once again, because I was naive and I didn't understand the way it was, how the business work. I thought, okay, I'm a business owner, now you can do the work and I'm the boss. No, it doesn't work that way.
Right. That's that skin in the game.
Correct. That's how it is. And that's right here. You said, look how much it is for the registration. My business was a lot of money to invest just to start it. And that was just to start the business. I'm not counting that I have to buy insurances and the taxes, employees, and all that extra money that I have to put into it in order to grow your own business. Right here is only $76 annually, and you can make as much as you want. Literally, it's just no gonna put it, no limits in order for you to do the money that you need or you want. My upline, when he started the business, he said he started for $200. Then he realized he can make 2,000. On and so forth. So as you see, there's no zero purchase requirements, no minimum sales, and 100% satisfaction guaranteed. So what other business gives you that 100% satisfaction guaranteed?
Yeah, it's very powerful. It's very powerful. Jennifer and I were talking about this um, earlier this week with some people in a training, talking about a new skincare system that the Amway Corporation is coming out with through their artistry line, and talking about how you can share this product with a customer. They could use half of it and not get the results they were expecting and return it and get their money back. No problem.
Correct. No problem. And you know what it really surprised me. It is that it's written. It's right there. So I remember having a customer that she returned a few products, not because they were bad. She just want to see if it was true what we were saying, that they returned the money. With that, after that, she was just, she's still a customer up to now,
Wow.
but she wanted to test it that it was true. I'm like,
That's
well,
interesting.
there it is.
That's
And
interesting.
we were at that point we were new, so we were like, oh my god, she returned it, and then we were nervous. Once we know that the company gave them the money back, I was like, we were relieved, but also we have more trust in the company now
Yeah.
because it was legit. It was something that it was true. And the checks they always send it, it's always here. I never miss a check. I never have to ask for any money like I have to do in other jobs.
Exactly.
I have to be hustling to get my money back. Like, go and find
Exactly.
it. And that's one of the things that I noticed with people that wanted to sell is like, oh, I'm scared of selling. I'm like, you're not scared of selling. You're scared of asking for the money to pay you. They're like, no, that's true. That's the main thing. I'm like, you put things on other platforms out there and you sell things like your car, your bikes, anything like that. I'm like, you're not afraid of selling. You're just afraid of asking for the money. So the beauty of it is that here we can train you to do that with the
Well,
right
and
way.
here, that's very true. And here, the other thing is we have some great tools, right? Amway gives everybody an online personal retail website. You have
Correct.
lots of infrastructure, 1-800 numbers for customers to call to place orders, or they can place an order with us as business owners.
Business owners.
It's very powerful. It's very powerful. And and like we were talking about before with control, Manuel, here you can choose what products you're interested in representing or that you want to talk about. You choose your schedule. And if you want to build a team or you want to work with customers, which of course that's what you would need to do in order to make any money, you get to choose
Correct.
who those people are. You don't have to talk to people you don't want to. You don't have to work with the different people that you don't want to. You are in control and you decide how you want to run your
Exactly.
business.
And that's the beauty of it. You want to run a business. And remember, our mentor, Tim Foley, said, do friends in this business because that's the ones you're going to be traveling with. And I heard so many times in audios and like, will you sponsor someone like you? And that has been in my mind for so many years. And I say yes, because I'm loyal, I work hard, I'm an entrepreneur, I like money. So of course I will, have someone like me in my team. It can take time, of course, but I would love to have someone like me in my team because that's what you show us, to have someone like you in our team. And that's why I bring you here, because they see something in you that you can do with this business and have a great life with it and have control of your life and have control of your money. That's what I see.
Yeah, I think that's great. So as we close out here, and thank you again for being here tonight. Let me ask you, what do you recommend for somebody to do tonight if they're a guest here and they're checking this out?
Well, if you're a guest here, the first thing you have to do is get together with the person who invited you. That's the first thing. He can explain a little bit more about. Yes. Hello. Yeah. There it is.
Yeah,
So go with the person who invited you, so he can explain more about the business and how you can get better into it, how you can start this business and why it's good for you. What I would recommend is go to that. Then, if there's a live event near you, go meet with the leaders of that area because they will give you more feedback about this business. And you will be ready to start anytime you want.
I think that's great. Great advice. Emmanuel, thanks for taking the time tonight to share with all of us and for skipping out on your daughter's game so you could spend a little time with us sharing. Really appreciate it. We look forward to having you on in the future to share again. Um, if you're a guest tonight, like Emmanuel said, get back with the person that invited you. Get your questions answered. I'd also recommend check out some of the products if you have not already. They're
Yes.
going to be able to give you some samples and encourage you to check out some things that you probably have some interest in. And then sit down with them and talk to them a little bit about what kind of game plan they would help you put together in order to reach the goals that you have. Whether it's looking to make an extra couple $100 or more, and we just encourage you to get started, check it out, get started, and find out why so many people love this business just like we do. So, Emmanuel, thanks again. All our best to your wife and family, and for everybody else. It's been awesome to spend some time with you guys. And we will see you next Thursday night with another guest presenter. Have a great rest of your evening and a great weekend.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it so much. And I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, you too, my friend. Thanks a lot. Have a great night.
Have a great night. Bye, everyone.